Story of the time I threw up on a ride while riding it. So every year in the town that I grew up, there was a county fair. And there was a ride in particular called the Zipper. And it was probably the most popular ride there. So basically the ride is a big giant circle. It kind of looks like a Ferris wheel, except you and another person that sits in a cage, the cage spins around while the thing is like going in a big giant circle. So I thought it was a good idea after eating 6 fried Oreos, 2 funnel cakes, 3 corn dogs, 5 chicken tenders, French fries, ice cream. Why not go on the Zipper? So me and my friend go on. That first 3 seconds of being on there, I realized how big of a mistake that was. And I tried to hold it back. I did. I think the first initial I swallowed, but after that I just It was a mess to say the least. But use my code to get 15% off of your VP Fashion hair extension.
Story time, the biggest lie I ever got away with as a teenager. So my sister and I were going to spend the weekend at my stepdad's, and I asked my parents if I could bring a friend. My dad said he didn't care, and my stepmom said no. And my parents were really strict. But obviously I did not listen. So I invited my friend, and her parents were also really strict. So we came up with this elaborate plan that I would ask her parents and tell them that it was a surprise for her. And they believed it. So the day comes whenever we're supposed to leave to go up to my stepdad's. So, we get off the bus, walk to my house, and my stepmom was asleep because she worked night shifts. So I was able to sneak my friend through the house to my bedroom. Little did she know she was going to have to hide in the closet. So my stepmom came in and needed to borrow a pair of socks for work. And I was literally guarding the closet with my life. And she goes, "Get away from the closet, you're acting so suspicious. What's in there?" Like for part 2, by the way, Stacy and Candace, if you see this, my bad. Okay, part 2, sorry for keeping you guys waiting. So she literally pushes me out of the way, goes and looks in the closet, and stands there for a whole minute. And me, I'm over here having an anxiety attack. My sister's looking at me, making like hand gestures, basically saying, "What is she looking at?" And I'm literally sitting there, and I get to peek in the closet, and my friend is not there. And I'm like, where did she go? And then she starts moving things around in the closet. So she didn't see anything, and she goes to walk out of my room, and she goes, "You guys are so weird." And I run over to the closet like, where is she? And she pops out of this box that is literally in plain sight and goes, "Is she gone yet?" And trust me, I know this doesn't sound like a big thing to get away with, but whenever you have strict parents and they're looking for somebody in literally a 5-foot space, oh honey, this was a big deal for me. And tonight is going to be the night that my stepmom actually sees this.
I made my substitute teacher cry. Story time. So when I was in 3rd grade, my class was evil, straight evil. And every time we had a substitute teacher, my class would make that person's life miserable. So one day, our regular school teacher was out, so we got a substitute teacher. By the way, Miss Hathaway, if you see this, I am so sorry. So in the beginning of class, she was trying to take attendance, but nobody was responding to her. Some of the kids were even telling her to shut up, and others were crumpling up pieces of paper and throwing them at her. Not me though, I was a good kid. And you could tell she was so frustrated that her eyes were even watery, but she continued to do attendance. And eventually she gets to my name, but she pronounces it wrong. And she's like, "Is Taytoon here? Anyone named Taytoon?" And I knew she was trying to pronounce my name, so I look at her and I'm like, "It's Tai-Tun." And she starts bawling and she's like, "Cut me some slack, Tai-Tun. You guys are so mean."